Before the storm came, this is what Irons Mountain looked like. Quiet, peaceful. A piece of country life most people never get to see, high up in the hills of St. Anne near Claremont. Up here, the air feels different, calmer, almost like you can taste the rain in the distance. My plan for the day is simple, to show you this hidden part of St. Anne, to talk about the drone views, the drones I use, and the moments that tell their own story. I've always loved coming up here. It's a place that makes the world feel like it slows down. But what you're seeing right now is a memory. I filmed this on a perfectly calm day, with no idea that just 2 months later, Storm Melissa would sweep through Jamaica. It left behind damaged roads, fallen trees, and homes that people worked years to build. Simply gone. That is why this footage has become so important to me. It's the only record of what was here, before everything changed. This isn't just another drone video. It's a record of calm skies before the storm, a chance to share the beauty of a community that deserves to be seen. In the next 2 videos, I'll take you deeper, exploring the culture behind Nine Night and the history of Irons Mountain itself. But for today, we fly. We remember what was lost before the storm. In Jamaican culture, it's considered deeply taboo to point at a grave. It's seen as a sign of disrespect to the spirit of the deceased, what we call a duppy. The belief is that pointing can attract its attention, even bringing misfortune. And if you do accidentally point, there's a remedy. You quickly spit on that finger and put it behind your back. As a kid, I remember my cousin and I pointing at the graves on the left side, laughing and daring each other. We didn't understand the weight of the tradition back then. But looking back, I see it now. These practices, which might seem unusual to outsiders, are rooted in a profound respect for the dead, a belief that spirits should be allowed to depart in peace. And that same respect is what fuels the powerful tradition of Nine Night. Nine Night is more than a wake. It's a celebration of life, community, and memory. It's where African spiritual roots blend with Jamaican custom. Through music, storytelling, and ritual, the community comes together. Every song, every story is a way of guiding the spirit on its journey, ensuring it doesn't linger. In the end, that's what this is all about. Folklore, African roots, and local beliefs all come together. It's not just about avoiding bad luck. It's a powerful, living system of respect. It's how we keep the memory of the departed alive, and in doing so, we keep our heritage alive, vibrant, and shared. To capture the soul of a place, you need the right tools. For me, that starts with the first wing in my fleet, the Skydio 2, my partner in the sky, and a way to see the world the way I remember it. Right now, I'm not manually flying it. Instead, I'm using keyframes, plotting a guided map in the sky, point by point. Each keyframe is a decision, a place for the drone to pause, adjust, and find the perfect angle. This method isn't just about precision, it's about patience. It gives me the control to tell a story deliberately, from the sweeping hills down to the little paths worn by generations. I even remember the coffee tree that used to be here, its bright red cherries glowing in the sunlight. I can almost feel my footsteps on these paths as a kid, chasing the breeze through the hills. Now, with the drone, these memories can live on. While the Skydio holds its position perfectly, I focus on what really matters: the light, the composition, the feeling. From this perspective, with the hum of the drone blending with birdsong, the wind brushing the trees, sunlight spilling over the hills, and the faint scent of coffee blossoms on the breeze, the land truly comes alive. The fields, the trees, the roof of the family home, it's all a story. By guiding the drone this way, I'm not just collecting shots. I'm preserving a memory. Every smooth, floating movement, every framed moment, every detail holds the feeling of home, of roots, of family. From up here, I can see patterns in the fields, the curve of the roads, and the way sunlight touches the trees, details you'd miss on the ground. Every corner of the land tells a story. And with each flight, I make sure these stories of home, of family, of this land are never forgotten. While my family sets up for the 9-night, many friends and loved ones will soon pass through these grounds, honoring the past and creating new stories that will live here for generations. The next set of wings in my fleet, the Hover Air X1 and the Hover Air X1 ProMax. They might look small, but don't let that fool you. These little flyers are powerhouses of portability and precision. Unlike the Skydio, I can crash them countless times and they'll still get back up and fly. Tough little machines built for moments like this. Lightweight, safe to launch from your hand, and smart enough to fly themselves. With follow mode locked in, I let my cousins Aiden and Jaden take over the yard while the drone does all the tracking. Watching it follow them, weaving through sunlight and shade, feels like watching a memory form in real time. Effortless, natural, alive. What I love most is how simple they make everything. Take off from your palm, no controller, no fuss. Just pick a mode and let it go. The built-in flight patterns like hover, orbit, zoom out, and follow make it easy to capture cinematic shots with a single tap. And with the ProMax, you even get advanced modes like cycling or skiing, perfect for motion and energy. They're compact too, under 250 grams, so light they fit in your pocket and don't even need registration. And with enclosed propellers, you can fly them safely indoors or close to people without worrying about damage or noise. The drones don't record audio themselves. Instead, they use my phone's microphone through the Hover app with AI noise reduction to quiet the propellers, so I can capture clean sound while the drone follows. Though I'll admit, I often forget to set it up in the app and end up relying on the moment and the visuals to tell the story instead. They don't use GPS like most drones, but rely on visual inertial odometry, smart sensors that read the ground to stay steady, and flight time is around 8 to 10 minutes, so I always keep spare batteries handy. But even with those limits, the freedom they give you outweighs it all. You just set it, forget it, and live in the moment. As the drone hovers above, tracking my cousin's laughter and movement, I can't help but flash back to my own childhood, running around this same yard, barefoot and carefree. Now, through these lenses, I get to relive that same energy, not as a fading memory, but as something alive and breathing again. This isn't just about flying drones. It's about connection, about seeing where I came from through a new set of eyes. There's a silence that hangs over Irons Mountain now, a quiet ridge in St. Anne that holds its history close. From this height, over 2,400 feet above sea level, the hills stretch like a patchwork quilt, carved by limestone hills, sinkholes, and rugged northern terrain, hinting at the lives lived below. But in that silence, if you know how to listen, you can still hear the echoes of a community that once thrived here. Its story is one layered with work, resilience, and sacrifice, beginning with the Irons brothers, early landowners who helped shape this highland. What started as a small church later grew into what's now known as Irons Mountain Primary and Infant School, founded around 1888, a place that has served generations of families ever since. Life in this area once revolved around the land and the opportunities it could offer. Owning even a few acres back then required years of saving and hard work, a testament to the dedication of the families who called these hills home. When the bauxite industry took root, the nearby Reynolds Jamaica mines transformed much of St. Anne. On June 5, 1952, the first shipment of bauxite left Jamaica's shores from Ocho Rios, bound for the company's alumina plant in Arkansas. Known as Jamaica's red gold, this mineral marked the rise of the island's largest local industry for decades, providing employment and shaping entire communities. With that boom came people. Families settled deeper into the surrounding hills and nearby areas like Moneague and Claremont, building homes where the lights at night dotted the darkness like constellations of hope. Educators moved to nearby towns, including Moneague, where Moneague College, founded in 1956 and still serving the region today, became a center for teacher training and community growth. Shops, small farms, schools, and churches connected these hills through the rhythm of daily life and the promise of better days. The church, the school, and even the corner shops were the heartbeat of these hills, anchoring a community that balanced work, education, and faith. But as time passed and the mining slowed, the rhythm changed. Reynolds Jamaica Mines closed its operations in early 1984, and over the years, families gradually moved away, seeking better opportunities elsewhere. Many left behind the lands their parents had fought hard to own, back when buying even a few acres meant decades of sacrifice. Now, those same plots, once filled with the laughter of children and the scent of Sunday dinners, are slowly being reclaimed by wild ginger, creeping vines, and the resilience of nature. The paths once packed firm by foot traffic are now soft, overgrown scars. A few farms and families remain, quietly tending the land, a living reminder of continuity amid change. And if you listen, the breeze doesn't just whisper, it remembers the cost of building a life here, and holds the quiet truth of how easily the land claims it all back.
Free reading, free acting, free acting, man. Yeah, you're free acting. Yeah. Mommy, look above you. Free acting. Free acting.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, free acting.
Hey, Mom, come. Right, Mom, then come.
Oh, yeah, man. Free acting. What is that? Look at you.
Yeah. But I have my phone with me.
To walk these hills with my uncles, aunt, and cousins is to feel a sense of coming home. Every step on the familiar paths stirs memories we haven't touched in decades. Faces we haven't seen in years appear, weathered by time yet still recognizable. A familiar friend from school waves to my uncle, and he pauses. A brief moment to exchange a greeting, a shared laugh, a memory slipping quietly into the present. Around us, life carries on in its simple, beautiful way. Neighbors tend to their goats, cows slowly graze in the fields, and chickens dart across the footpaths. Each bleat, bell, or cluck punctuates our steps, a living soundtrack to the stories we share. The rustle of leaves, the distant crow of a rooster, the soft bleat of a goat, the low moo of a cow, all of it blends with our footsteps and voices as the sun spills gold across the hills. Moments like these hold more weight than any photograph. They remind you that this land is full of life, connection, and family, that every corner, every hill, every path, and every creature carries a story waiting to be remembered. And as we walk, it's clear. This is still home, where the land, the goats, the animals, and the people are all part of the same story, and the breeze carries the faint scent of grass and earth, whispering life into every step.
All right, come guys.
Me remember that water tank up there, so. Jackfruit.
What's your name? Blue Blue? Nice to meet you. This is jackfruit.
Lizard! Who?
Alright.
Lizard one going to do jack.
Should it follow me?
Huh?
Should I make it follow me?
No. Let it stop for a minute.
Okay.
Up here, the tradition of caring for the land and the people is tangible, in the quiet act of neighbors gathering to dig a grave, offering not just labor, but presence, support, and prayer. In Jamaica, it's still common for families to bury loved ones on their own property, especially in the countryside. It's not just about convenience or cost, it's about connection. The land isn't just where you live, it's where your story begins and where it returns. For generations, families have seen burial at home as a way of keeping their loved ones close, not lost in some far-off cemetery, but resting among the same hills and trees that shaped their lives. The spot is often chosen carefully, beneath a mango tree, beside the old house, or on a rise that catches the morning sun. A way of saying, you are still here with us. Neighbors come together not out of obligation, but out of love. They dig the earth side by side, share food, share silence, and when the prayers rise, the wind seems to carry them across the hills. It's not a scene of sorrow alone, it's one of community and continuity. Every grave tells a story of a life that helped shape these hills. A storm like Melissa shows you what can be taken in a night. It washes away roads, topples trees, scatters a lifetime of work, and it teaches you what real value is. Your house can be damaged, your goods washed away, but your land remains. That is the true wealth, the foundation that cannot be swept out to sea. This land is more than what a storm can touch. It is the memory the wind cannot scatter, the legacy that outlasts any tempest. So when the storm passes, you don't sell the memory, you don't sell your heritage. You rebuild, you make it stronger. You learn from the past and build for the next generation. This land is not just what we own, it is who we are. And so we rise, from the very earth that defines us, with the scent of rain still in the air and the promise of morning light. Because even when the wind changes, the roots remain.
Minute one big dog just for throwing this up. Yeah, one dog, just there.